Well, there's 2 minutes left on the clock, and it's a tie game here in Gladstone, Manitoba. One of the Plumas players passes the puck down center ice, and oh my, would you look at that, folks. The puck is intercepted by one of the Gladstone offensemen. He breaks away from the pack and heads toward the Plumas net. The Plumas defense is skating hard to catch up, but Jack Kitteringham is on a roll tonight, folks. Look at him go! The Plumas goalie gets ready for the shot. Jack shoots, and it's good! And just in the nick of time, too, the referee is blowing his whistle. Game over! Thanks to Jack Kitteringham, Gladstone wins this hard-fought battle. It doesn't look like Jack is planning to celebrate with the rest of his team, though. He's rushing off the ice into the crowd.
I really want to stay and visit with you all, but I've really got to go. I'm part of the cadets, you see, and tonight is drill night. I mustn't be late. The Gladstone troop has a reputation to keep up, you know.
Where are you, lad?
I'm just taking off my skates. My father always said.
Son, if you're going to do anything, do your best. Country needs it.
I guess that's why I play hockey the way I do. Just get in there and go for the net.
Oh, don't leave it too much longer, lad. It's quite a drive out to Manitoba, you know.
I'm coming, Father! Don't tell anybody, but I'm thinking of joining the army this summer. Maybe you should think about it too. Yeah, you. It'd be nice to have some familiar faces along for the ride. Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. Think about it. Join the army. It'll be fun.
The train for Winnipeg is now boarding.
I guess that means me. Private Jack Kitteringham, reporting for duty, sir! Yep, on July 12th, 1941, I finally made it official. I joined the army at Shire. Attention! What are you looking at, soldier? Move out! Yes, the drill sergeants did a lot of yelling, and we did a lot of marching. Left, right, left, right. Or was that the other way around? I can't remember. Anyway, it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. It was really just more of the same thing we always did in the cadets. I actually thought they would teach us more about fighting, you know, like rifles, bang, bang, stuff like that. But I guess there's plenty of time for that where we're going. They say there's not much happening out in Hong Kong these days. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess. At least there's people like John Gray from Langruth along for the ride, so there's some familiar faces. I'm glad you came along for the ride, too. We just need some people from Plumas along and we'd be set. Oh, there comes my father. I better go and say goodbye.
Last call for Winnipeg.
Are you sure you have everything you need, son?
I'm in the army now, Father. They'll give me everything I need.
Of course, of course. You just make sure to do your best out there.
You know I will, Father. You don't need to worry about it.
It's a father's job to worry about his children. I suppose this is goodbye, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Be sure to ride home often. Your mother likes that, you know.
I will.
Sure that you do, lad. I don't want to have to sail over to Hong Kong and box your ears together like I did when you were young.
I really better go and join the rest of the boys on the train. I don't want to get left behind.
Goodbye, lad.
Goodbye, Father.
I sure hope that boy of mine can stay safe where he's going.
Dear Mother, just a line to let you know that I landed here safely. I hope you are well and able to get around. We get good food here. White sheets on the bed. Have they started to flood the rink yet, or aren't they going to have one this year? There probably aren't many boys left in Gladstone to skate and play hockey as they are in the army now. We have all kinds of games. We play softball and football. We can go into town and go bowling and to picture shows. Well, it will soon be Christmas again. The time sure flies by. It will be the first time I haven't been home for it. Well, I guess this is all for now, as there isn't much to write about. I'll be expecting a letter from you any time now. Your loving son, Jack.
The Japanese have every reason to attack Hong Kong. Britain's far eastern outpost lies athwart the Japanese line of communications to the south, and from Hong Kong harbour, British submarines can set out to attack Japanese ships. Likewise our small craft, such as motor torpedo boats. The garrison has been reinforced with Canadian troops, here seen arriving. All of them are volunteers since the war began, and all of them are obviously in the highest spirits. The governor, Sir Mark Young, was there to greet them. After disembarking, they marched towards the town on the way to their billets. They must have proved a very heartening sight for the mixed population.
Fine, how do you do if you ask me? And they promoted him and put him in charge of us. Served him right, I guess. Not that the British are any better. Undisciplined hicks from the farm. That's all we are to them. Guess we're still good enough to get shot at. You're wishing you hadn't come along now, aren't you? Hold it right there! Canadians, there's nothing to worry about. Oh, we've got a whole lot to worry about, do we? What's wrong? The Japanese have taken the city. We better get out of here. Where's John? John, you know, John Gray from Langruth. Worry about him now. Are you coming, Jack? Look over there. The commander is taking the ferry by gunpoint. Jack, if you don't get on this boat right this instant, we're leaving here for the Japanese. I'm coming. John Gray is still out there. Better hide before the Japanese catch him. Hurry about loading your rifle, Salt, or you'll be needing it! Keep your eyes peeled, men! They'll be coming up the hill any minute now! Well, that's that. We've locked the doors to our bunker, and we're in here till the end, I guess. They want us to hold this hill no matter what. I don't know how they expect us to do that. We're outnumbered 50-1 at least. But we're going to do our best, that's for sure. Ready, rifles! Oh, here they come. See that? There's hundreds of Japanese running up the hill, and they're all screaming like a thunder. Oh God! Please let me get them in this alive! To your feet, men! Yesterday I thought we'd had it for sure. I can still hear them banging and clattering, and they're trying to beat their way into this bunker. But we fought them off, thank God. Anybody who didn't know how to throw grenades has learned by now. I sure hope today will be better. I don't know if we can survive another day like yesterday. Ready, rifle! There's hundreds of dead Japs out there already. Maybe thousands. The smell of blood is sickening. You'd think they'd give up, but it seems like every time they make a charge, it seems like there's more of them than ever. I don't know how much longer we can hold out. We're going to do our best. Our country is counting on us. Here they come! Fire! Fire! Hurry, men! Fire! Yesterday I got nailed in the arm. Oh, feels like shoving a hot needle through it. I guess a t-shirt isn't the best bandage, but it's all we've got. All our supplies are gone. We don't even have any water left. I never thought I could be so thirsty. I just wish I was back in Gladstone playing hockey again. Oh, you do too. I believe you. We've got to keep on fighting. What choice do we have? If the Japanese break through here, who knows what they'll do to us. Look over there. There's something moving out there. See it? See it? Right down there. Down that hill. Hey, keep your head down! I told you to keep your head down! They're out there! There's thousands of Japanese troops out there! They're coming toward us! I guess this is it! Ready, rifles! Fire! I said fire! Hey, we need some more ammunition over here! Hurry! I don't care where you find it! Find some that we've all had! What's that? What? Look, the Japanese are blowing the doors off our pump, running in here. Don't shoot! I surrender!
Oh dear, Jack. Just a few lines to let you know we are thinking of you and wondering what happened, as we have not heard anything since you left home. Some mail arrived from Canada this week, about 500 letters or so perhaps there will be one for us. The cadets went to Winnipeg Beach for a week's training and came home today. I guess they start school next week. The harvest is in full swing now and is the biggest crop on record. The weather has been bad for it, also for haying. Lots of rain. Leo Himes and family have gone to live in Winnipeg now, so there are only 1 or 2 handymen around. The stores are hiring schoolboys for delivering around town. Now, lad, let us hear from you, and be careful what you write, so it will get by the censor. Cheerio, and don't forget, we are thinking about you every day, and we hope that you will get the parcel all right on the next ship. Love from us all, your loving dad, Alfie.
Life sure hasn't been easy out here in this prison camp, I tell you. The Japanese see no honor in surrender. They treat us like slaves. If we get out of line, they'll kick us and beat us. Anything they can think of to make us miserable. It's never felt so sick. I heard that after they took us prisoner in Hong Kong, they massacred the staff and the patients at St. Stephen's Hospital, where a lot of our Canadian boys were. After all I've seen, I believe it. I'll never forget Christmas 1941, that's for sure. If this is how the Japanese treat their prisoners, I tremble to think what happened to John Gray after we left him behind that day. Not that he would have been any better off here with us.
Sent us to Japan to work. And work we do.
Either at the docks and loading ships, in the mines with the coal dust, or in some steel foundry that burns like hell. I just wish I was back home in Manitoba. Don't you? It's sure hard to keep working with the little food we get. It's almost nothing. And we're sick most of the time. But if we don't work, the guards will beat us, or they'll kill us if they feel like it. At least today they let me send a short letter home. Guess I'd better write it while I still can. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Dear Mother, just a line to let you know I am well, and hope you are the same. How is Anne and Ed getting along? Bill has quite a family now. I received your letter today. Was glad to hear you are all well. I guess this is all for now. Your loving son, Jack.
Sometimes I close my eyes and imagine my son John walking down the lane towards the house. Then I open them again and find myself alone with my tears. So many of our young men have given everything to preserve our way of life. However, we must not forget those of us who waved goodbye to someone in the service and prayed for them to come home. Every time we dream of an embrace that will never come. Every time we wait for that letter that will never be written. Those of us who remain also pay a price. Today, an entire generation of young men lie at rest in fields and foreign lands, a harvest of broken bodies and blood. But we who remain must not rest. We must not let their sacrifice be in vain. We must never forsake the freedoms that they have won for us. In the going down of the sun and in the light of the coming days, we must remember. Yes, we must always remember them.
Ah.